I'm with Ridgeline Minerals. I'm Chad Peters, President and CEO. I'm going to walk you through our company today real quick. We have 5 projects, so I'm going to have to make this quick. Some forward-looking statements here. As always, I'm a geo, so I'll try to keep them to a minimum. So a little bit about Ridgeline. We are a silver gold focused company in the Western US. So we primarily have our projects in Nevada and Idaho. We're focused on stable jurisdictions. We have 163 square kilometers across our 5 projects. And I think if you're going to take anything away from this slide, I mean, really just focus on, we have a pretty big discovery coming together, a CRD discovery at our Selena project, 100% owned. And we also inked a $30 million deal with Nevada Gold Mines last year. So that's being drilled right now. Both of those projects are being drilled today, with results coming out in early 2023. A few other things to point out. We have some other great assets like Bell Creek and Carlin East. Get into those in a little bit. Our team's found a lot of gold over the years, 50 million ounces over the last 30 years. I wasn't mostly in elementary school during some of that, but I've had a few successes myself as well. And we have a nice tight share float. So we have our 5 projects. Like I mentioned, our flagship is our Selena project right here. We have strategic assets right beside some of the biggest mines in North America at Carlin East and Bell Creek. And we have a $30 million US earn-in with Nevada Gold Mines at our Swift project. And that project has incredible upside. I'll show you that in a little bit. So because we have strategic holdings, we have a deal with Nevada Gold Mines. What is our business model? We're really focused on making discoveries, advancing those discoveries, getting them to a de-risk point where some company's going to come in, a major, a mid-tier, they're going to buy that office and we're going to do it again, right? We're not interested in taking projects to production. That's a specific skill set that we don't have, but we can find a lot of gold and silver, and that's what we're really going to keep our head down on, especially in this market, really focus on. Just to put some perspective here, our Selena project sits right here. We made this discovery in 2020. We're now moving that towards a maiden resource. And hopefully eventually, whoops, wow, that is really sensitive. Hopefully moving it towards a sale, hopefully down the road. So our cap structure, we've just finished our 2.5 million raise in September. We're drilling right now, putting those funds to good use. I myself own 5.6% of the company. We have great shareholders, nice tight share structure. If this market turns around and we keep delivering on the exploration side, I really think we have a nice torquey stock that could really take off. Main point for management team, we are technically focused. We want to make discoveries. I'm a geologist, made over 10 million ounces of discoveries with some great teams with Premier Gold Mines, which is now i-80 Gold. And now we're trying to do it again with Ridgeline Minerals. My VP Exploration, Mike Harp, led the discovery of the gold standard North Dark Star discovery. So we know Nevada, we've made discoveries in Nevada, and we're really excited to hopefully bring that value to some shareholders here with Ridgeline Minerals. So I'm going to show you our Selena project first. What's really interesting about Selena, there we go. When we first started, our project was the only operating project in the area. That was 3 years ago. We now have Freeport-McMoRan right here. They now just entered into a $33 million joint venture on the porphyry, the copper porphyry that sits right beside our project. We have what would be the equivalent of the CRD, silver, gold, lead, zinc portion of that deposit sits on our project. We've proven that, definitively proved that exploration model at this point. And I think this district's really starting to heat up, so it never hurts to have the largest copper company in the world as your neighbors. So if we look to the project itself, if it switches, there we go. Really going to keep it high level here, but what I want to point out is we've now have 5 different discoveries, if you want to call them that, each of them with drill holes into them at varying degrees of for example, Chinchilla, that's our call of our flagship discovery at Selena. We've got over 16 drill holes into that zone itself. We've had hits of up to 4.6 meters of 421 grams silver, 0.6 gold, and about 8% lead zinc combined. So really nice grades, about 25% zinc equivalent if you want to look at it from that perspective, right? We've had high-grade silver. So at our Juniper target, which is just to the south on trend, we've drilled 7.7 meters of 725 silver, 1.5 gold, and a couple percent lead zinc. Within that intercept, there's 0.3 meters of 6.6 kilos silver and 8 grams gold, and another meter of 2,700 grams silver and 5 grams gold. So we can produce some bonanza grade intercepts, and that starts 10 meters below surface. So very shallow, very high grade, and that's the kind of stuff we're going after with our drill program right now. Just to give you an idea of what the geometry of this thing looks like, here's the Chinchilla discovery right here. That's our modeled zone as it sits right now. You can see nice consistent zone that strips under this dark blue unit here. We are currently drilling in this area, one hole right now, twinning the highest grade hole we drilled, which was 44 meters of 123 grams per ton silver, very close to surface and oxide. So potential open pittable grades here. What we did this spring, which the market did not care about, to be 100% honest, is we stepped out 2.5 kilometers down dip of that discovery, and we hit the higher grade zinc and gold system that we believed existed down dip of that. We're really excited about what the CRD part of this system could look like as this system transitions back towards this porphyry, which, like I mentioned, everything here is now owned by Freeport-McMoRan. As you drill back towards that porphyry, you're hitting higher grade silver, gold, and zinc. So we hit 3 meters of 40 grams silver, 3 grams gold, and 7% lead zinc combined. So that shows a lot of exploration upside. There's not one drill hole between here, and we think we can really grow this as we continue drilling this project. So we are targeting both open pit and potential underground as we drill back towards that porphyry. Now I'm going to show you our Swift project. Swift sits in the Cortez district. This has produced over 50 million ounces and growing. This is all owned by Nevada Gold Mines, which is a joint venture between Barrick and Newmont Mining. We own 75 square kilometers here outlined in yellow. The reason why we picked this project up is the same fault zone that hosts all of these zones cuts up through our project. And every time you get a cross-cutting fault zone, you end up with a 10 to 20 million ounce gold mine. The next major cross-cutting fault zone sits on the Swift project. There's a barite mine on one edge of it. There's a gold mine sitting at surface right on the other. Those were mined back in the 1990s. We came in, did a deal with Nevada Gold Mines, $30 million US to see them put the money in the ground. We retain a 25% fully carried interest if they hit all of those spending requirements. So if they go and find the next Cortez, the next gold rush, 10, 20 million ounces, Ridgeline and its shareholders have exposure to 25% of that with no risk, no dilution to our shareholders, right? That mine gets built by Nevada Gold Mines, fully funded by Nevada Gold Mines. So we're really excited about that. You mix in some exploration upside at Selena, total blue sky at the Swift project, which is currently being drilled. They're actually drilling a string of 3 holes. How are we doing for time? Okay, we're good. Yeah, right. We got 3 holes being drilled right now. We'll have results coming out in January. So we're really excited to see this get drilled. They're going to put about $4 million in the ground this year. Again, in this kind of market, drilling 1,000-meter drill holes, that's the kind of stuff that you want to see Barrick doing, not a little micro cap like us. So we think it's a nice way to kind of offset some risk while still keeping incredible upside for us and our shareholders. Then I want to show you what we call our strategic holdings, right? We're a microcap, 15 million stocks, so how strategic can you be, right? But we picked these projects up when we were still working out of my garage in Winnemucca. That's what we founded the company on, but they're deep, expensive drill holes. So Carlin East, for example, we're talking about 1,000-meter drill holes. We know we have the right rocks, the same fault zone here that hosts a 15 million ounce mine right here, and what is now becoming a new discovery that NGM has announced now, 700,000 ounces of 11.5 grams per ton is their maiden resource they just announced in this area right here called North Leeville. We're directly on trend of that fault zone, and there's great potential, just like you see zones popping up along these faults, we think you can see them popping up along here as well. So Carlin East has great strategic upside, but it's expensive. We're looking for partners right now to hopefully advance that, just like we did at Swift. And then our Bell Creek project sits right beside the Wren deposit. Wren is a 1.2 million ounce, 7 gram per ton resource, again, owned by Nevada Gold Mines. That project the resource sits 500 meters. If you look, 500 meters from the edge of our project is a 1.2 million ounce resource. We own 100% of it. So again, these are strategic holdings. We're looking to do deals, whether it's Nevada Gold Mines or another company willing to come in and drill some deep holes. And we hope to see some deals get done on that this year. So what we're trying to build as a company, if you look, is we're trying to build a nice mix of exploration upside, 100% owned, right? We don't want to give away the farm on every one of our projects, but we want to offset risk and we want to see projects get moved forward. I think that's what we've been able to do with this portfolio to date. I think the next step is doing that deal at Carlin East and Bell Creek, trying to get somebody moving that forward. But with money going in the ground at 2 of our projects right now, our stock's trading at an all-time low, I think. Gwen helped us raise some money here at 2.5 million there just last month. We're seeing a lot of money getting spent on our projects, not actually being funded by Ridgeline, right? You're actually seeing Nevada Gold Mines spending about 90% of the money being spent on our projects this year is being funded by Nevada Gold Mines, with us owning 100% of that project until they spend $20 million US. So great upside for us and our shareholders. I encourage you to come talk to me at the booth there, and I'd love to walk you through our Verify model in more detail. So thanks.